Elon Musk's Boring Company is expanding their tunnel drilling and transportation providing network outside of the United States for the first time. This is the most ambitious move we've seen from the Boring Company, but it's also probably their smartest decision yet and the most likely to succeed on the international stage. The Boring Company has just announced the Dubai Loop, a new transit project for one of the world's most famous cities. This is being done in partnership with the Dubai Road and Transit Agency. What we are looking at today is only Phase 1, a pilot project that will set the stage for a larger transit system which manages everything from the city's marine transport network to monorail sky trains to superhighways, and is currently working on a number of futuristic autonomous electric transit solutions, the Boring Company being the newest addition to that network. What we are looking at today is an initial pilot project that would set the stage for a city-wide network of underground transit tunnels. The Dubai Loop pilot would be 11 stations across 17 kilometers of tunnel and would transport over 20,000 people per hour. The Boring Company claims potential speeds up to 100 miles per hour within the loop that would cut travel time between key points in Dubai to just minutes. The goal would be to ultimately expand the system to handle over 100,000 passengers per hour in an underground transportation system throughout the Emirate of Dubai. This plan was made official on February 13th when representatives from the Boring Company arrived in Dubai for the World Government's Summit. They signed a memorandum of understanding with the RTA chairman and the Crown Prince of Dubai, Hamdan bin Mohammed. The contract is also said to have been drawn up under the leadership of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who is the official ruler of Dubai. Elon Musk later appeared at the summit on video in an interview with Dubai's artificial intelligence minister. Speaking in front of an audience, Elon described the new tunnel system, saying, "It's going to be like a wormhole. You just wormhole from one part of the city and you are out in another part of the city." In reality, the Boring Company Loop won't be anything like a cosmic gateway through space and time, but it will be a lot like what we've already seen from the Boring Company in Las Vegas. Electric Tesla vehicles moving through relatively narrow tunnels, only the Dubai operation promises to take that concept to the next level by launching with high-occupancy pod vehicles that are autonomously controlled by artificial intelligence. This would be a natural implementation of the new Tesla Robovan concept. And Dubai is the perfect location for the Boring Company right now. The approach to development and construction here is so radically different from the United States or really any Western nation. In the 1990s, the government of Dubai made the decision to diversify away from crude oil and into a service-based economy. In 1991, there was a single skyscraper in Dubai. That grew to 6 in 1998. Today, there are over 260 skyscrapers. After that boom at the turn of the century, Dubai became one of the fastest growing cities in the world, and it still is. 25% of all construction cranes in the world are operating in Dubai today. They built the world's tallest building, the world's largest shopping mall, the world's largest water fountain, and they are currently building the world's largest amusement park, Dubai Land, which will be twice the size of Disneyland. Dubai is so obsessed with building that they've even started building new land just to build on. The Palm Jumeirah is an entire suburb constructed on an artificial island in the shape of a palm tree. They're currently working on a second palm-shaped island neighborhood as well. The World Islands is a constructed chain of man-made islands, each one themed after a different country. There's even a North Korea island. Anyway, all of that to say that if there is anywhere in the world that you want to build something absolutely insane, Dubai is 100% the place to do it. So I think Elon Musk and the Boring Company are going to get along just fine here. The geography of Dubai also lends itself very well to the Boring Company loop design. The majority of the city is built in a long, narrow strip on the coast of the Persian Gulf, so you don't need an octopus-like network of side tunnels running all over the place. You could service the majority of Dubai with a two-way dual-bore tunnel running underneath the city's main highway that branched out into smaller collector loops that run through high-traffic areas in the city's downtown. And this would appear to be the most likely candidate for where the Boring Company will start with their pilot loop project. If we just measure from the Dubai Old City at one end to the Dubai Marina at the other end, that's just about 30 kilometers. So what the Boring Company is proposing right now would already be as much as half of that distance, keeping in mind that neither the company or the government has specified if the 17 kilometers of tunnel refers to the entire amount of tunnel going in both directions or the above-ground distance that the tunnel will cover from Station 1 to Station 11. As for where the Boring Company would start with their pilot loop, I don't know Dubai super well, but anywhere in this area around the Burj Khalifa would be a safe bet. It's a kind of triangular district that's bordered on two sides by giant roadways with a canal running down the other side. And even as highly developed as this area is, I'm still seeing a few empty lots on the satellite image that the Boring Company could easily use as staging grounds for a new tunnel dig. Another reason that Dubai is a perfect fit for the Boring Company right now is the city's current obsession with sustainable, efficient urban transport. The Boring Company isn't the only deal that they're working on. Dubai also announced a transportation project called Railbus, which is essentially the same idea as the Boring Company, except it goes above the surface level instead of below. The Railbus is an electric, autonomous vehicle that drives on elevated solar panel roadways. And at the same World Government Summit, the chairman of Dubai's Road and Transit Agency also met with Robin Li, the head of Chinese company Baidu, which specializes in artificial intelligence and mapping. The RTA said the meeting was focused on exploring technological advancements in autonomous vehicles. So in the context of Dubai, the Boring Company is not special. It's just one of 100 mega projects on the table right now, and that might be a little disappointing to the Boring Company fans who want this to be the one and only future of transportation. But in a city on the scale of Dubai that is built specifically for luxury and abundance, of course there are going to be 5 different futuristic high-tech transportation systems to choose from. The upside to that is that for once in their existence, the Boring Company will be able to fly under the radar. In Dubai, they're just another drop in the bucket and not a headline project that's going to draw in public consultations and budget proposals and city council committees like what we've seen time and again in the United States. In this case, both the Crown Prince and the Sheikh of Dubai approve the project, and not one single person is going to argue with them. For example, the Palm Island we saw earlier was constructed entirely based on an idea and design from the Sheikh himself. It was his idea to pile sand and rocks directly into the ocean to create the islands instead of making a foundation of concrete and steel. According to NASA, Palm Island is sinking into the sea at a rate of 1 inch every 5 years. The water that's held inside the barrier is stagnant and polluted with sewage, while the water outside the barrier is infested with a plague of jellyfish. Actually, most of Dubai has a sewage problem because they built above-ground infrastructure at a much faster rate than underground infrastructure. So instead of a sewer system, all of the human waste gets pumped into trucks and driven out to a treatment plant. So I'm not saying that authoritarian governments are good, but they do get stuff done one way or another. Now, what that also means for the Boring Company is that they themselves will be the real limiting factor. We've seen this company make progress over the past 4 years, but they still have a long way to go. Even with a green flag to build over 100 kilometers of tunnel and over 100 stations in Las Vegas, they have yet to achieve even 10% of that goal. The speed that they've been chasing with the Prufrock boring machine is a snail's pace of 7 miles per day, but with what we're seeing right now with the examples like the Tesla Giga Texas Cybertunnel and the Las Vegas Convention Center extensions, they're much closer to 1 mile every 7 months. So what we're going to see in Dubai is a Boring Company free of regulations, funded with unlimited capital, and they will be expected to deliver the fastest, most efficient, high-tech, luxurious transportation system in the world. This will not be shuffling around sauced-up convention goers in Vegas anymore. These are the richest, most powerful people in the world. They are going to expect nothing less than perfection. So it's time for the Boring Company to quit being boring and get boring.